Good morning and welcome to today's webinar. Give me a second here. So today we have The Hartford with our group employee benefits webinar series, and it is Kevin Madden who is our small business sales rep. As you may have seen before, some housekeeping. If you have any questions, please type it in the question box. We'll answer any questions at the end of the presentation. This is my information. I'm a broker advisor located in the Cincinnati office. You can also connect with us on social media. Subscribe to our weekly Monday Minute newsletter for the latest Cornerstone, carrier, and industry updates. Now, let me turn it over to Kevin Madden.
Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate the introduction, and thank you all for allowing me the time this morning. Want to make sure you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see it.
All right, perfect. Well, again, as Bobby said, my name is Kevin Madden. I am the small business sales representative for the Hartford, handling the Ohio market. I handle all groups in the under 50 market here at the Hartford. I've been with the Hartford now for coming up on 7 years and coming up on 17 years in the group benefits industry, almost all exclusively in the small business market. Um, so I just wanted to go over a few things with you today um, regarding our small business products, our claims, some new highlights, and then leave some time at the end to answer any questions, maybe go over anything in more detail that might have caught your eye. So here's the quick agenda, kind of why the Hartford. We'll give a quick Hartford overview, some product highlights, some claims highlights, like Bobby mentioned, both life and STD, and then a Q&A afterwards. So why the Hartford? We have been in the group benefits market now for over 70 years, and we serve over 1 million small business customers. We've been in business as a company for well over 200 years. And two quick fun facts to start out. The Hartford provided insurance for the only home that Abraham Lincoln ever owned. And fun fact number two, Babe Ruth purchased a disability policy from the Hartford in 1920. I'm not sure if he'd get coverage in today's world as a professional athlete, but feel free to use those fun facts at your next insurance-themed dinner party. I'm sure they're going to be a big hit. But the digital first approach is something we'll go a bit deeper on when we discuss some of our processes regarding quoting, implementation, and claims. We obviously have a comprehensive product portfolio that I'll talk about, a dedicated small business sales and service team, which I'm the front of in the under 50 market. And as you can see here, we're a leader in the employee benefit space and absence management, demonstrated by the rankings that you can see. This has been done through both acquisition as well as organic growth. We are the #1 statutory disability carrier nationwide, disability and leave management. It's a much talked about and constantly evolving space right now with PFML and all the different states stepping up with their own programs. And the Hartford is a leading voice and solution in that space. And this stat right here kind of demonstrates that, along with our commercial and personal lines, as well as workers' comp. We serve or insure 1 in 8 working Americans. And that's really a significant presence in the national workforce when you think about it. And how does my team fit into that? Oops. First, I'll go into some products. Um, with our diverse product portfolio, as you can see here, we offer a wide range of flexible products that can meet the needs oops, sorry, getting ahead of myself, that can meet the needs of all different types of businesses, specifically those in the under 50 market. Um, those types that often have a unique set of needs. So our core offerings include life, short, and long-term disability. We have supplemental or worksite products that include accident, critical illness, and hospital indemnity. I mentioned we were the number one statutory disability carrier nationwide, and we have an expanding PFML state portfolio as well. And these specialty coverages right here are interesting. We do have group retiree health. We're really one of the only group benefit carriers offering that type of coverage to retirees. We don't have a fully insured health product, but we do have a retiree health product. We also have a business travel accident plan. Um, and a participant accident plan. And we have a dedicated sales and underwriting team to deliver those products to market. EAP plans are included with all our fully insured products, along with a number of other value-added services I'll touch upon later. And as of less than a year ago, we now offer dental and vision in the under 100 space through a partnership with Beam Benefits. Um, some of you might be familiar with that. Beam's located right here in Ohio. And right here you can see the market segments where these products are available. You can see we offer employer paid life, short and long-term disability, all the way down to 2 lives. And right here, we actually do need a minimum of 4 lives for our worksite products, the HI, CI, and accident. And we can offer voluntary, the employee choice benefits are our voluntary products. We can offer voluntary life actually starting at 4 lives. So our minimum participation requirement for voluntary life in our worksite is 4, but we can quote everything on an employer paid basis, at least our core lines, down to 2 lives. And you can see where we offer some of the more specialty products here as well. So we're a player in all segments, um, from 2 to 500 plus. I think in the past we've been known as more of a national carrier for larger groups, but we've been making great strides in the small business market. And from an investment standpoint, I can say our company is really driven to increase our market share in that small business space, under 100 and really under 50 specifically. And that's been evident by the investments that they're making in that space. So quickly, our life essentials and value added services. Um, I mentioned this before. EAP, that's our Ability Assist counseling. Ability Assist, it's included with all products, even standalone life, at no additional cost. Mental health is obviously a very important topic these days, specifically in the workplace. So it's nice to know that everyone is insured by, who's insured by a Hartford Group product has this coverage. And it includes 3 face-to-face sessions per occurrence per year, per covered person. We cover dependents as well, and there's unlimited telephonic sessions as well. And you can see all the other value-added services that are included at no additional cost on all our products. So essentially, a standalone life plan will get you EAP as well as all the other life essentials that come along with it. So a quick recap of our products. We go down to 2 lives on all products except the worksite and the voluntary life, which require 4. There is generally no pre-X on our standard STD plan. We have composite rates on small group life, short and long-term disability with full guarantee issue. There's no catch-all employer level underwriting questions that can trip up a group. Our basic life, short and long-term disability is full guarantee issue in the under 10 space. We can quote groups that haven't yet been in business for 2 years. So we can even quote startups. A lot of carriers out there have rules around how long a company must be in business to be offered coverage, specifically disability coverage. Um, we don't. We can quote startups, groups that haven't been in business for 2 years, spinoffs. Um, we're also partnered with and fully integrated with Employee Navigator, and that's all the way down to the small group level as well. And then I did want to mention this first bullet point here, RTQI. That is our own proprietary online quoting and implementation tool. Um, Brokers have always had the option to utilize the online quoting feature, but we've now been given the green light to quote groups ourselves internally on this same platform. And what that can do is really streamline the entire process end to end from quote to implementation. I can produce a quote really in 10 minutes, but generally it's less than a day turnaround. And the installation process requires little more than a quick intake form and an e-signature from the employer. And once they do that, all we got to do is upload the final enrollment census, and the case is installed with benefits active in anywhere from 3 to 5 days. It's really streamlined the process and really made things super easy to work with the Hartford, and that's from quote to implementation. And then we hand it off to our service team, and the account management and service team handle it from there. But super easy to work with the Hartford, and this is just one example. You'll always be able to send RFPs in traditionally, but that is one feature that we're utilizing more internally to really streamline the process and make it easy to do business with us. And here's another slide on the real-time quoting. But I wanted to go a little bit beyond the products, a little bit beyond the policy, and talk about a few other things regarding our claims and our claim story. And these might be of interest because even though they're not the exciting things to talk about, they're probably the things that we hear from clients more often on, things that take up our time, dealing with service issues and largely claim issues. Because at the end of the day, the reason that we're in this is to provide payment, provide claims in the event of something happening to a covered individual. So while I still get questions from brokers on things like maximums, benefit durations, and things like that, more and more of the discussion involves technology. Whether it's a Ben admin site like Employee Navigator that I had mentioned earlier, or the customer and an employee experience, and a lot of it around claims. They want to know that they're working with a carrier that, are they working with a carrier that still requires faxed paperwork, or one that offers a more modern, sleek, digital experience where everything they need is at their fingertips. I still remember when I first started in this industry, and as I was smiling and dialing, cold calling brokers, they would often mail in an RFP. Hard to believe that wasn't that long ago, less than 20 years ago, but folks were still doing that. And now I think the experience has shifted. Everything is digital, and folks want things done in real time at their fingertips. So, while we're still an insurance company and likely not the most tech-forward company you interact with on a daily basis, I do think we're ahead of the curve within our industry and always at least trying to innovate and remain ahead of that curve. So I did want to talk about two claim-related items that I feel the Hartford does a great job with our clients. The first is our life claims or life experience, and now our life claims digital experience. The Hartford really prides itself on a culture of caring. With the size of our book, that you see here, it might be easy to think of these events as transactional, but we truly do have an authentic concern for people who depend on us, your clients, their employees, and their beneficiaries. So while we offer a proactive outreach to identify customers that might need our direct support with anything such as end-of-life decisions and preparation, funeral arrangements, and legal estate concerns. That was part of our life essentials, the value-added services that come with our life product. Our life care advocates communicate everything from the claim process, the payment, the value-added services that are part of those life essentials, anything that might make the process for a beneficiary just a little bit easier. Culture of caring really reflects the compassionate care and service that we take to help our customers navigate these difficult challenges. And one of the cool things I wanted to highlight um, was that we offer something called the Healing Book to children aged 6 to 13 who experience a loss. It's a really great tool to help adults guide children through the grieving process and help them during what is usually a very difficult time in their lives. It's an interactive book that can help serve as a journal, an activity, a scrapbook, or simply just be a conversation starter to help the healing process. So it's a really neat thing that we do. Really humanizes. It's not a Hartford product. It's not a product that we sell. It's just something that we offer, and like I said, it really helps the healing process, specifically with the younger beneficiaries affected by a loss. But oftentimes, as we know, it's difficult enough to get to that part. It's a difficult process. So first you actually have to file a claim. Um, and again, in the past, people were faxing. They didn't know where to start, how to file that claim. So our life claim digital experience hopefully changes that, and hopefully makes things a little bit easier and a little bit better. So when it comes to file a life claim, we want the process to be as simple and compassionate as possible. So what this is, it's an online claim filing tool that offers employers a fast, straightforward, and efficient way to file and administer life claims. And that means employees and beneficiaries get timely decisions and payments a lot quicker. And we have a brief video um, that we can share with you that kind of details um, what this life claim digital experience is. Do you want to queue up that video?
Managing a life claim can be challenging, stressful for beneficiaries, for administrators, but it doesn't need to be. The Hartford's Life Claims is seamless and responsive from beginning to end. It helps reduce administrative workload, simplifies the beneficiary's role, and offers resources for needs that go beyond the claim. Life claims can be submitted through our website, making management fast, accurate, and secure. Built-in flexibility and convenience promote an efficient workflow and cut down on requests for further information. And with our expedited claim review process, we can make decisions and benefit payments faster than before. For beneficiaries, the experience is simple and intuitive, with straightforward explanations and easy access to the information they need. For support after a claim is filed, they can connect one-on-one with specially trained life care advocates and get helpful guides and educational materials from our online resource center. Life claims can be easier to manage for your team and for beneficiaries with our digital claim experience and culture of personal caring support. Contact your representative to find out more.
All right, get my screen back up. Hopefully everybody can see that. So what it essentially does is modernize the life claim process. Provides real-time information and feedback. There is a streamlined dashboard where employers can see all claim activity and easy-to-use filing features like pre-populated information about employees. It's a time saver. We've enhanced the beneficiary experience with DocuSign so they can upload forms and certificates securely and online. So again, we really wanted to modernize the approach to filing a life claim, and I think this digital experience takes a big step towards doing that. And I can provide some additional flyers and information on this process as well to anyone who might be interested. So I also wanted to quickly touch on our short-term disability claim process. And specifically first, our nurse intake feature. Groups can telephonically file a short-term claim, and I think being able to talk to a registered nurse at intake will only help to expedite the claim submission process. I think a lot of times, or if you compare it to, let's say, a maternity claim, where it's expected, oftentimes there is a schedule. It's very easy to file that claim. You get everything done in advance, and all the steps are kind of laid out for you. The same approach can be taken with an accident or an illness. Folks can call in, talk to a clinical nurse to guide them through the intake process and really save time on the back end of having to go back and forth and figure out what you need. I think a lot of times when something happens, folks don't know what to do. They don't know where to go, where to get a form, who to call. They can download the telephonic claim file form from our employer portal and be able to talk to a clinical nurse during the intake process to guide them. So then, as the claim progresses along, employees will either see on the portal or be emailed during this process personalized videos detailing the claim process. They receive these videos at three critical points during the claim process. First, at claim submission. See if I can play this as I talk. Might not be able to hear it, but that's okay. But yeah, so they're emailed these videos at three critical points during this process. First, the claim submission, then the claim approval, and then at any extension request. And each video provides information unique to that employee's plan and claim, and it includes estimated payments. And this is a typical video that they might get. We won't play the whole thing, but you can kind of get an idea of how we personalize the process, how an employee can, obviously easily see and be communicated um, the details of the plan. No longer do they have to reach out, call back, talk to their employer. Um, you know, they're out on disability, obviously dealing with some other things, and we try to make it as easy as possible to interact with the Hartford while on claim, dealing with um, injuries, illnesses, a new baby at home, and so on. So with that said, um, what is likely the number one reason for a claim delay or denial? It's missing information, unfortunately. And as I mentioned, we try to make it easy to communicate. Employees can actually schedule a call with a claim rep right on the portal. So once they're logged in, after they file, um, they can schedule a call with a rep. They can actually interact, on the portal, or just submit a question if they want to. But I think this scheduling a call with a claim rep feature is great. They know, there's no more phone tag, no more calling into an 800 number and getting bounced around and, leaving messages that, let's face it, a lot of them get unreturned. There's just a lot of claim activity and only so many folks that can get to it, and a lot of times it's just a matter of it gets to the wrong place. So this kind of eliminates all of that. They can log in, schedule a call with a claim rep, and have all their questions answered by a dedicated claims handler right over the phone. Um, Really helps expedite the process, allows us to get everything that we need, and allows the lines of communication to remain open, and for the employee to then go about gathering any additional information that they might need, whether it be from the employer or the doctor. And same goes for the employer. Um, they'll be able to discuss um, what information is needed, maybe to relay that to the employee. Um, so it's really a great process. I think these two things I highlighted regarding the life and short-term disability claim process have modernized the process. We're trying to be more digital first, more tech first, and I think these are two steps in the right direction. Like I said, no no longer do you have to fax in paperwork. This is certainly a step towards the modern age in terms of claim filing. So lastly, I just wanted to, and we'll send these along, but highlight some additional resources that you have at your fingertips. These sites right here provide links to our product guides, our small business producer handbook, and a number of other useful tools um, that you can use to do business with the Hartford. And like I said, we just try to make things as easy as possible for our broker partners. We want to be the carrier that's easy to do business with. And hopefully a lot of what I had mentioned today, um, helps with that. So with that, that is all I had. I want to thank you for your time, and then open it up to any questions that anyone might have.
Thank you, Kevin. Looks like we had two questions, but before we get to those, I did want to announce that Hartford was generous enough to donate two CE credit gift cards to raffle off today, and I will announce those winners here in a couple minutes once we get through the questions. The first question was more of a technical question. So, since you're writing down to some of these smaller size groups, will you do a husband and wife group, or do they have to be common law employees? And then a follow up to that is, um, do they all have to be W-2s, or can there be 1099s? Is there a threshold there?
Yeah, so first on the family members, so groups of two or three cannot have anyone related by blood or marriage. So a husband-wife only group we wouldn't be able to do, but once we get to four or more employees, um, and all four could be related, we no longer will ask about the family members. So groups two or three can't have anyone related. Four plus, not a problem. And I'm sorry, Bobby, what was the second question?
Yeah, the other question was 1099s versus
Right.
W-2s. So is there a threshold there, or is it no 1099s allowed?
Yeah, 1099s are generally excluded. Um, so we don't really have a set threshold. I have got exceptions from our underwriting team to write groups with 1099 employees and include those employees when they represent a small overall percentage of the group and they work exclusively for that company. But as a rule, generally 1099s would be excluded.
Okay. And then the last question I have is about your dental and vision with Beam. How does that partnership work? Do we go through you to get a quote? Do we go through Beam? What exactly involves, getting a quote and then the sales process? Is the paperwork for implementation through you, through Beam? Can you just talk about that a little bit more?
Yeah, good question. I did kind of just gloss over that because we are in the early stages of this partnership. I do see the Beam partnership expanding. Um, those discussions are a little above my pay grade, but I'm excited to see what is next with the Beam partnership. So as of right now, um, brokers can quote Beam Dental and Vision. It's VSP Vision, but Beam Dental and Vision on our quoting portal, or if you request it through us, we can quote the coverage through our online quoting portal. That was the real time, the RTQI um, quoting portal that I had mentioned. So we can quote it. So the quoting process, you'd submit it like you would any other RFP, and we'll quote that coverage for you. Um, it produces a separate quote. So if you're quoting, life and short-term disability and dental and vision, you'll get two quotes, one with our core products and then another with the Beam Dental and Vision. And the submission process is pretty straightforward. You would just notify us that you want to move forward with that. We kind of clue in Beam, and then a Beam rep takes over. There's usually anywhere from 2 to 4 dental plans that are listed on a quote, and each has an identifier, and you would just indicate that they want to move forward with a certain plan design. We loop Beam in, and they kind of take it all from there. They're great at being very responsive. Um, they're excited about the partnership that they have with the Hartford as well. So any dental or vision plan that um, is moving towards implementation, they seem ready to jump on. I know the few that I've had so far, they've been very quick to respond. So the implementation process is handled through them. So we kind of pass it along to them, but it works much the same way that the implementation process works with us in that it's usually online, quick, paperless. They can produce apps if needed, but yeah, that's how it works. And generally you would need an appointment with Beam as well, but they can spearhead that and get you all the paperwork as needed if it comes to that.
Okay, thank you. I think that answers the question. I don't see any more questions, but if anyone does have any at a later time, feel free to reach out to me or your own broker advisor. The two winners of the gift cards today are Judy Wilson and then Mandy Myers. So congratulations to you both. we'll be sure to send out those gift cards to you. And then, Kevin, thank you, and thank the Hartford for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate the time. Hopefully some folks found some useful items, and look forward to doing business with you.